Hello students, so welcome back after a break, and from today onwards we are going to start your online classes, and this is your plus 1 history class, and today we will start chapter number 10, that is S block elements. S block elements, like in the periodic table, in the first, before this we have discussed in the chapter periodicity of elements, in which I have told you that periodic table is divided into 4 groups. Those 4 groups are S, P, D and F blocks, on the basis of that in which last electron enters in which shell. Like S block elements are those in which last electron enters in the S shell. Those are known as the S block elements. And in the periodic table, on your extreme left hand side, 2 lines are there. These are the S block elements in which last electron enters or present in the S shell. These elements are lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. These are known as the alkali metals. These S block elements are divided into 2, alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. This first line starts from lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium is known as the alkali metals. And the second line, which is the alkaline earth metals, like beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. These are known as the alkaline earth metals. Alkali metals, generally these forms oxides, halides and silicates. Alkaline earth metals, these forms carbonates, sulfates and phosphates and silicates. Compounds which they react with the other substances, these such type of compounds are formed by the alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. After this, in these elements, thus generally the first element in each group that shows anomalous behavior than the other elements. Anomalous means different. The behavior of first element is different from the other element in the same group. Like in this, first is lithium. Lithium shows different properties or different behavior than the other elements like sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. Same in this case also, beryllium, it shows different properties than the magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. Why these first elements shows different properties or anomalous behavior? There are few factors which are responsible for such type of behavior. First one is small in size. If we will compare the size of first element with the other elements, then first element is smaller in size because its size depends upon the atomic number. Lithium atomic number is 3 and it has only 2 number of shells. So it's smaller in size as compared to other elements. Second factor is high ionization energy. As it is smaller in size, it means its ionization energy is more as compared to other elements. Ionization energy means the energy required to remove electron from the outermost shell or from the valence shell. Next factor is absence of d orbital. Like in such elements, there is an absence of d orbital. D orbital is not present. Not vacant, it is not present. That's why it shows different properties. And last one is high electronactivity. Like electronactivity depends on the size. These elements are smaller in size, and electronactivity increases with the decrease in size. Like among the halogens also chlorine, fluorine, bromine and iodine. That fluorine is smaller in size as compared to chlorine. So fluorine is more electronegative as compared to chlorine. That electronactivity depends upon size. Smaller size, more electronactivity. So the first element is smaller in size as compared to other elements, so its electronactivity is more. So these are the 4 factors which are responsible for the anomalous behavior or for the different properties of first element of each group. After this, there are general properties of these elements. First one is electronic configuration. Electronic configuration means distribution of electrons among different orbitals, S, P, D and F, that we have done in the previous chapter, that is periodicity of elements. So in this alkali and alkaline earth metals or S block elements, first alkali metals, electronic configuration is NS1, means in the S shell only one electron is filled. Like lithium is there. If we write electronic configuration of lithium, it is written like 1s2 and 2s1. In the last shell only one electron is present. Next, in case of alkaline earth metals, that S orbital is completely filled. Like atomic number is 4 and it is written as 1s2 and 2s2. So its electronic configuration is ns2. S orbital is completely filled in alkaline earth metals. After this, their oxidation state. oxidation state of these alkyl metals, that is +1. +1 means oxidation state is, that is the combining capacity of any element when it reacts with the other. Like first element, one element forms compound with the other element, and exchange of electrons among those two elements, that is the oxidation state. In this case, that oxidation state of alkaline earth metal is +2. Like magnesium, magnesium when it reacts with the chlorine, it forms magnesium chloride. A magnesium chloride, magnesium has a tendency to lose 2 electrons, and chlorine 1 atom to gain only 1 electron. So that's why 2 atoms of chlorine reacts with the 1 atom of magnesium and it forms magnesium chloride. So its oxidation state is 2 positive. So oxidation state of alkaline earth metal is 2 positive. Next one is atomic size. Atomic size means size of atom. Atom is in which electrons, protons and neutrons are distributed. In the center there is a nucleus in the structure of atom. Inside the nucleus, protons and neutrons are present and electrons revolve around the nucleus. That is structure of atom. Atomic size is size of atom, and this size of atom depends upon its electronic configuration. Here the number of shells increases, size also increases. If we will talk about next alkali metals, when we move from lithium to cesium to the downward from top to bottom, that atomic size goes on increases as number of electrons also increases. If we compare between lithium and sodium, lithium is 3 and sodium atomic number is 11. In this case, lithium 1s2 and 2s1, only 2 shells are present. In case of sodium, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. So 6 to 8 to 10 and 1, 11 electrons are filled, and number of shells are 1, 2, 3 and 4. So with the increase in atomic number, the size of atom also increases when we move top to bottom or along this group. Next is the ionic radius. Ionic radius means when there is exchange of electrons, metals lose their electrons, non-metals gain their electrons and require a positive and negative charge. So ionic radius, these are the cations, acquire positive charge. And generally ionic radius means that when the cations are formed, radius of cation is always smaller than its the parent atom. Like lithium, when lithium it forms unipositive charge it requires, then in this case only 1s2, one shell is there, so its size is smaller as compared to its the parent atom when it is formed from the lithium. Same in case of sodium, when Na positive is formed, so only this electron is formed from the this shell 3s1 and remaining number of shells are 1, 2, 3. So one shell is less and its size is smaller as compared to the parent atom. So ionic radius, so radius of this cations is smaller from its the parent atom. Next one is the ionization energy. Generally these alkali metals, these have a low ionization energy. Like we are talking sodium and potassium, these are the more reactive elements, because their ionization energy is low. Why their ionization energy is low? Because they are more attracted towards with the direct positive charge or direct with the cation, and that's why the s orbital is less influenced by the nucleus and it's easy to remove electron from the s shell and requires less amount of energy to remove electron. That's why they have a low ionization energy, and that is the reason these elements are more reactive in nature. Easily they react with the other substances. Even sodium and potassium, sodium is kept in the kerosene oil to avoid its reactivity, and potassium it is kept in the water. That depends. To say preserve them, sodium is kept in the kerosene oil and potassium is kept in the water. So these are the general properties of alkali metals and alkaline earth metals or S block elements. In the next video we will do we will discuss about the chemical properties of such elements. And after this session I will send some of the questions from this topic which we have covered today. You have to write those questions on your notebook. Write down those questions. You have to note down the questions on your notebook. And like from this chapter, in this session, CBSE has reviewed some of the topics. Like in the S block elements, the compounds are compounds formed by different elements: sodium and sodium hydroxide, sodium chloride, sodium bicarbonate, sodium carbonate, those formation of those compounds and use of these compounds is reduced by the CPSE. But that we will discuss. So after this, chemical reactivities of these elements we will discuss in the tomorrow session. And what you have to do question answers, which I will send along with this video in the PDF form. Note down on it, as you have to write on your notebooks. And if you have any doubt, today you have to watch this video clearly. कोई भी डाउट होगा वो हम कल वाले जूम सेशन में उसको डिस्कस करेंगे. थैंक यू.